Hey y'all, it's your girl Missniecytv, and I'm here to do a review for Zatima Season 2, Episode 13. The episode starts off with Fatima walking into the room, and she sees Zach's mom and brother. She's like, what is this? And Zach's like, if I would have asked you to come, would you come? She's like, probably not. But she hesitates, but she sits down. Then Dr. Reed's like, hello, Miss Taylor. Let's get started. Gladys is like, one thing I do know, this better not be no intervention. And two, my name is not Taylor. My name is Gladys Davis. You have Zachary Taylor and Jeremiah Matthews. I'm like, wait, so y'all got different daddies? Miss Gladys was really out here doing her thing, huh? Gladys is like, how long this gonna take? Zach, where my money at? You say you was gonna give me money for coming. Zach pulls out the money and Fatima looks at him. Dr. Reed says, stop, don't give him money because it's not going to give you what you want. You want honesty and truth. And they have different motives. And by giving them money, it's not going to give you what you want. Jeremiah's like, so what you're saying is you do think my family doesn't have honesty and truth. Zach is like, well, you only love me when I have money. Jeremiah's like, of course I love you. I did time for you. I did 20 years for you. And Zach is like, really? You did that because you said I would get off because I was a juvenile. Because from the age of 9 to 17, you had me doing armed robberies because you said I would get off. And doing time for me really doesn't mean anything. Because when I did those armed robberies for you, Jeremiah, you and Mom took the money and I didn't know where y'all were. Y'all left me with no food. Gladys says, so you saying it's my fault? Zach is like, really, Mom? She's like, listen here. I'll tell you this once, and I told you this before. I gave birth to you. Anything that happens to you after that, you on your own. I'm like, what kind of piece of... Gladys goes on to tell Zach that one day she took him to his father's house, and his father said, look here, I don't want him. Zach says, well, my dad was a pimp. Gladys is like, actually, I don't know who your daddy is. I'm like, hey, yo, Miss Gladys, you wow. Gladys proceeds to call Fatima the B word, and Zach is like, look, don't call her that no more. Then Miss Gladys keeps proceeding. She's like, look, she don't want you. I don't want you. Nobody will ever want you. I'm like, Gladys, you are the most cold-hearted, most crack-headed person I've seen in my life. But Zach says, this all stops today. I can't keep on hating myself and killing myself inside for y'all, trying to love y'all. And if y'all don't come to me clean or come to me with love, I'm done. Because I'm almost lost the best thing that happened to me because of y'all. And y'all are the source of my pain. And this can't go on anymore. I'm done. I'm like, yes, I'm so proud of you, Zach, for standing up for yourself and finally putting your foot down and finally realizing that you are your own source of happiness. You don't need anybody else's validation or love. Once Gladys and Jeremiah leave the room, Fatima and Zach are talking by themselves, and Zach is like, look, I can't lose you. You are everything to me. I love you more than anything. Fatima, I can't lose you. Can we please work this out? Can we please work this out? This man is begging and pleading. I was crying with him. But Fatima's like, look, Zach, I love you, I do, but you said and did some things that hurt me. And it really hurt me bad. But now that I see how your mom really acts, I totally understand. You thought I was choosing somebody over you in the elevator that day when it was never like that, and I would never treat you like that. She says, Zach, look, I love you, I do. I really do love you, but you turned some feelings off inside of me, and I don't want you to turn any more feelings off. Zach is like, so you don't love me no more? But Tima's like, of course I love you, and I'm still turned on, but you turned off some feelings in me, and I can't let you do that anymore. Zach is crying, begging on his knees, and Fatima leaves the office, and she tells Dr. Reed to explain what she meant. So Dr. Reed says, you're like a house, and when the foundation's shaky and the circuit breakers are off, you have to find a way to turn them back on. And the only way you can do that is doing that within yourself. Zach is like, I feel alone, and I'm tired of feeling alone, and I don't want to be by myself anymore. Dr. Reed's like, well, you have to do the work. Then we have Fatima making it back to work, but she's sitting in her car crying. And who walks up? Paul. So Paul's like, what's wrong? Want to talk about it? Fatima's like, no. Paul hands her a tissue out of his pocket. She's like, is this clean? Paul's like, so I guess we're not going to dinner tonight. Fatima's like, so you saying I won't be much company? Paul's like, well, I'll be the listener and the talker, since I know you won't be doing much talking. 7, okay? Fatima says, yeah. Paul says, I'll pick you up. You have Angela packing up Bryce's stuff and handing it to him. For y'all to be in a relationship, Bryce only had a box of things. That's crazy. But she packs up Bryce's things, and Bryce is like, so, are we cool? Angela's like, yeah. Bryce is like, can we be friends? Angela's like, no. Bryce is like, well, you said we could be friends the first time. Angela's like, I thought about it, and we can't be friends. Then Angela asked about Zach. She's like, how's Zach doing? Because you know him and Fatima broke up. Bryce is like, well, Zach doesn't talk to me. Angela's like, you can't blame him, can you? Bryce is like, yeah, I can, because I told him what it was. And I told him I would never do it again. Bryce is like, everybody needs to move on. Angela's like, well, if you think that, you're sadly mistaken, because everybody can't move on as fast as you. As Bryce is leaving, Fatima walks in. Fatima's like, what's that? Angela's like, making it official. Fatima's like, so that's what making it official means? I still have stuff at Zach's place. Angela's like, because you're not officially done. Angela's like, are you going to give him a second chance? Fatima's like, no. Said, actually, I'm going on a date with Paul. Angela's like, you were just sad about Zach. Because Fatima told her everything that happened in the therapy session and how bad it was. Angela's like, since you're going out on your date with Paul, what if Zach moves on to somebody else? Fatima's like, he already has. Angela's like, you're right. Angela's like, so where are you and Paul going on your date? Fatima's like, I want to do open mic night again because I really liked it. But I don't want to see Belinda. Angela's like, well, I could come with you and distract her if she's working. So they agree that they're going to go to open mic, and Fatima agrees to get dressed to go on her date. Zach's house, we see Nathan helping Deja get out of her car, and Zach pulls up. And Deja asks Zach, have you been crying? Because I could see tears in his eyes. And Deja's like, so what did she do to you? What did she do to you? Zach is like, Nathan, you better keep her on her side. Don't let her cross this line. Deja's like, so have you told her that she's been served yet? Zach is like, Deja, I'm not playing. You need to let that go. Zach goes in the house. And it's just Nathan and Deja talking. And Nathan's like, what are you suing her for? Deja's like, because she hurt my back when she dragged me out the hot tub. You seen her? Nathan's like, I wouldn't advise you to do that because she works at a law firm. And she's very connected. And when she puts all your clients on the stand, what are you going to do? Plus, she has it on tape. And they know that you're a stripper. And also, you surely don't look hurt to me. They're just like, so you don't believe me? Nathan's like, I'm not saying that, but you should be careful about this lawsuit. Deja goes in the house mad because she knows Nathan. Nathan goes over to talk to Zach because that's the real reason he was there in the first place. And he comes in and he sees Zach sitting on the couch. He's like, yo, you good? Because I didn't see you been crying. Zach is like, yeah, I'm good, but why are you clocking me? Zach is like, I feel like everybody's trying to keep us apart. Nathan's like, who's everybody? Zach is like, you, Belinda, y'all everybody. Nathan is like, I just want what's best for you, and I'm trying to keep you in the best position. Zach is like, well, the best position is like, Nathan, you a hater, bro. You a hater. You don't want to see nobody do good. You just think about yourself. Nathan's like, that's not true. That's not true. Zach is like, well, I think you should go, because Nathan asked him to hang out. Zach is like, I don't want to hang out with you after how you've been acting. Nathan is like, I'm sorry, bro, and I love you. Then in Angela's house, we see Fatima coming down the stairs in her red dress, and she looked good. Angela's like, don't hurt him now. Fatima's like, I don't plan to. but they're talking about the date and how they think the date is gonna go. And Angela's like, you really want to do this? Fatima's like, yeah. But if Zach gets hurt in the process, oh well, because he hurt me. And I'm like, Fatima, that is not the way to go right now. I know you hurt, but don't hurt people, and I don't think you should be doing that right now. As they're talking, Fatima and Angela hear a knock on the door, and they think it's Paul. And Angela's like, wait, I want you to stay here and not open the door because I want to swing the door wide open so you can see you in full effect. When they open the door, though, it is Zach. And he's standing there like, I'm here, I pulled up, what's good, I need to talk. Fatima's silly self ducks down behind the counter like Zach didn't see her when Angela opened the door. Fatima tells Angela to let him in and give them a minute so they can talk. They talk and Zach says, you look nice. He's like, where you going? Fatima's like, I'm going out. Zach is like, look, I didn't sleep with Connie. Fatima's like, well, if you did, it doesn't matter anymore because I'm sleeping with Paul and I'm going to do it again tonight. Zach is like, really, Fatima, you really did that? Fatima, I know you hurt, but don't be lying on Roxy like that just to get back at Zach. That's when Angela walks back in and she lets her know that Paul's here to pick her up, and that's when Fatima leaves. Angela wants Zach to leave too, but Zach says, didn't you say you had some wine? Angela's like, yeah, it's old wine and I don't think you want it. Zach sits down anyway. Angela's like, I think you should move on because once Fatima's out, she's out and there's no getting her back. Zach is like, don't say that. Of course you want me to move on because you don't think I'm good for her anyway. Angela's like, who said that? And before you start assuming things, just ask. She's like, actually, Zach, I think you're handsome and I think you're very smart. And I think you and Fatima make a good couple. I just don't want her to get hurt again because she's been through a lot. Zach is like, she's not the only one that's been through a lot. And trust me, I'm not giving up. I love that girl too much. It's like breathing to me. I am not giving up. Angela randomly throws Bryce in there, and Zach's like, where'd that come from? I was talking about Fatima. Angela's like, no, you were actually talking about second chances. And I think you should be nice to Bryce. Because if you could be nice to Bryce, I could be nice to Bryce too. Zach is like, I hear you. Angela's like, don't do nothing stupid. Zach is like, I won't, but she might. I'm like, ooh. But let me know what you guys think about the episode. I think that Zach should get an Oscar, an Emmy, a Tony for the way he was crying. He has nut bubbles and all. But let me know what you guys think. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications. Bye.